from Night Watch Digital Media, Gangbusters, and Neighborhood Watch. Please enjoy the show and have a peaceful, safe neighborhood. And remember, your police department works for you.
Benny's collection of bobblehead dolls is his prized possession.
Sean Green, that's my favorite batter.
It's also the last vestige of his childhood innocence.
These are supposed to be worth a lot in the future.
Benny sees the gangs in Hollenbeck, and he likes what he sees.
I seen a couple of them with guns, and I like the guns. They used to bring their cars to the alley with hydraulics, lowriders. Now they got the money, the cars. That look good to me. Mayor Pond, I'll be your friend. I think my life's gonna be pretty good if I keep on doing what I have to do. I think Mona's lazy. If I go back to what I was doing before, I would think I'll probably end up dead or end up in jail.
Benny's life could go either way, which terrifies his mother.
Am I gonna see him 6 feet under? Am I gonna see him in jail? I never planned the future. You know what I planned? How was I gonna bury him?
Benny grew up around gang members. His own parents were separated when he was young.
I was a gang member. His dad was a gang member. We were tattooed. I used to always tell our kids, "What's that, Mom?" We used to try to say, "Well, we were born with them." Who's gonna believe that when they're a little bit older, you know?
Through elementary school, Benny was quiet, kept to himself. As he hit adolescence, however, he became known as Scope, as in telescope, because he wore glasses. That's when the trouble began. Benny began tagging, spray painting his nickname Scope on walls and buildings around Hollenbeck. Unlike gangs, taggers don't claim specific territory, but they do work in groups, have enemies, and sometimes carry guns.
Some areas of Hollenbeck, the taggers are the minor league, if you will, the farm team for the gangs.
I thought, since I'm young right now, I might as well tag, and when I'm older, I'll get into a gang.
Benny has friends in a gang called El Sereno. He planned to join.
Oh, I was angry. I was hurt. I said, "Don't you know you can get killed from El Sereno?"
I used to ignore my mom, and I used to tell her, don't tell me what to do. You did it, why can't I do it?
Adding to the allure, his girlfriend Brittany was in a gang. They met 3 years ago at Dodger Stadium, where their mothers both managed concession stands.
No, what's your badge number?
At 14, Brittany says she rode along on a drive-by shooting.
I was on drugs, didn't care. I was with the homeboys,
I wanted to try to act big and bad like them and tell everybody where they're from, where I'm from.
Whoa, that's cool. Look at all the flashy clothes and all the money and all the cool stuff gang members get to do. If that's what you're surrounded by, what do you think his chances are? Probably not very good.
There are thousands of Bennies in Hollenbeck, kids tempted by gang life because they don't see a better alternative.
I've never met a hopeful kid who joined a gang. Never, not once, not close.
Police, social scientists, and community leaders know what sustains gangs.
Poverty that's intense, families that don't function well under the weight of those stressors, despair, racism.
They also know that getting rid of gangs is virtually impossible, especially in the Los Angeles area with some 90,000 gang members and associates.
A lot of gang members get in it because it's something that they love. You're bonded with it. It's a bond thing.
Experts agree the largest number of gang crimes and the most violent are committed by a relatively few number of predators, criminals without a conscience.
They're killing the person, but they don't understand how much hurt and damage they leave on the family.
Lock those guys up, says Father Greg, but don't demonize the others.
95% of them are kids who just had a hard time and got stuck and need help to get out.
I can't force change on them, and he can't force change on them. They gotta want to change themselves.
Is there hope for Hollenbeck? What would make a difference? More heat on the street, say the cops. More resources pumped into the community, says Father Greg. Either way, kids like Benny have to make the right choice, often a difficult choice to change. Benny is trying after several close calls. Being shot at while tagging.
My heart was just pounding. It felt like it was just going out of my chest.
Bringing a knife to school and getting arrested.
Once they have you in those handcuffs, that's it. You belong to them.
And losing a family friend. 20-year-old Francisco Duran, shot in the head.
I'm thinking, look at him. Probably that could be me in a couple of months, couple of years, you know?
When he's angry or frustrated, Benny still thinks about joining a gang. But what blunts the impulse is thinking long-term. Benny says he wants to finish school, become a construction worker, and someday have children of his own.
I'm thinking I have to think about my kids and what my kids are going to see when I'm older. Are they going to see their daddy get shot? And I don't want to have my kids saying that, well, Dad, look, you did it. Why can't I do it?